Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop in the quickest turnaround I think I've ever done in regards to recording content, versus the last content I just made. Link is down in the description box below. Apparently, the IWC is crying again. Roman Reigns opens up about his support for Donald Trump, says he doesn't back everything that Trump does. Roman Reigns reveals his opinion on Donald Trump. Much has been made of Donald Trump in his current term as the President of the United States, with most of the country divided on his policies and decisions that he is making in office. In recent weeks, conversation surrounding Trump has seeped into the world of wrestling, with Triple H recently praising the president's ability to, and I quote, generate heat and get under people's skin. While being profiled by Vanity Fair, Roman Reigns revealed that he considers himself to be a centrist despite being a registered Democrat. Reigns also stated that the choice was, and I quote, very clear for him during the country's last election. And a quote from Roman Reigns, one person was giving us information. One person was answering questions, so it wasn't that hard. End quote. When directly asked if he backed Trump, Reigns went on about his support for the president, saying that he supports a bright future for the country that has positive and competent leadership. And I quote, I support our president. Trump is one of those guys where he's got a vast history and a huge background. He's been in entertainment. He's been in big business, politics. At this point, I'm supporting a bright future for our country. Positive and competent leadership. For us to be what we're supposed to be a world leader and carry that respect and do what a world power like us should be doing. End quote. Reigns made it clear that he doesn't support everything that Trump does, singling out his desire to make enemies with everyone in sight. And I quote, it's like he needs that adversary. He needs that opposition to bounce off of. He needs that competitive motivation or something. To be honest, the world seems to be more like wrestling than any other form of entertainment. End quote. The profile piece was done ahead of the Royal Rumble. It also notes that he talked more with Vanity Fair or whatever, and they started to talk about the Vince McMahon allegations, which, like I said yesterday when talking about Nick Khan, I just don't care to cover because I've been covering it all last year and it's just exhausting and I find it very boring at this moment. But something that I do want to cover, and I think I've seen I forgot who told me that in the comment section. Was it just bruh? I think it was it's just the bruh. He told me this in the comment section that apparently people were going after Roman Reigns about his cancer treatment. So I'm very curious as to why, although I'm almost certain it has something to do with the NIH. But here, I'll read it anyway. It's just out of curiosity. Someone says, finding out that Roman Reigns is a Trump supporter and one of the first things Trump did when he got back in office was cut funding for cancer research. The jokes really do write themselves. Just remember that wealth can't buy health. Look at Steve Jobs. Just saying. Someone else says, Roman Reigns is a Trump supporter, and then Trump cuts cancer funding. Someone else says, Roman Reigns when Trump cuts funding to cancer research. It's a meme. Not to be an asshole, but Roman Reigns has all the characteristics of a Trump supporter in his wrestling persona. Laugh my ass off. Niggas gonna be wishing his cancer comes back a third time. They sold. Ooh, wow, that's gross. Ooh. God diggity damn, that's so disgusting to say. Holy shit. Those quotes are insane. I feel like a lot of people seem to forget that Roman Reigns literally has leukemia, and just because it's in a remission doesn't mean he is cured of a lot. Yeah, no shit. That's wow. Are they actually saying it? Well, at least we know Roman Reigns supports a convicted felon, rapist, and racist. I wonder if he knows he cut cancer fighting research and hates people of color. These people. It's fine though. I'm not really upset when I see. First off, I see comments like this. Not the guy, saying that he hopes Roman gets third bout of cancer. That guy's fucking evil and he should die. But when it comes to the other comments about color and all that other shit, I mean, I've been seeing that for years now. I mean, I'm trying to wean myself off of politics little by little by little. And I've unsubscribed from all the political channels that I typically watched a week ago. I just don't want to really deal with the politics anymore. It's really boring. No one's really getting shit done, in my opinion. It's all just some cultural bullshit gobbledygook. I've been now on both extreme sides. I was an extreme progressive back in the early or actually late 2000s, early 2010s. When I was a teenager and a young adult, I was an extreme progressive. And then in my later years, probably around the late 2010s, not really, yeah, probably like early 2020s, like around 2020, 2021-ish, I consider myself MAGA. So it's like I've been on both extremes to know that these people are fucking insane. Both sides, they're absolutely fucking insane. And personally, I just don't care for politics anymore. You have people consistently gaslighting you on things that you know are fucking wrong, but because it happens to be their team. And I know it's been said for a long time now, but like, me personally, it's now starting to hit me because I can actually say that I was on both extremes. And it's like, if I had to say what I am nowadays, I probably consider myself more center right. Probably, I feel Democrats make, at least sane Democrats, I'm not talking about progressives, they make very valid points, especially when talking about welfare systems. I actually agree with a lot of their points when it comes to social welfare. But then when it comes to culture issues, I'm absolutely on the right when it comes to things like that. I make jokes about it because I don't see anything wrong with jokes. I actually do. And I mean, I always get shit for this, but I do support the LGBT community, believe it or not. I just don't support transing kids. I don't support trans people in sports. I don't support constantly going out of your way to make yourself intrusive in people's lives when you happen to be a transsexual. I don't support constantly having the LGBTQ, ABCDEFG community constantly making themselves known and wanting to have extra rights and all that other kind of shit. It's annoying as fuck. But then, when it comes to the right, I'm not an isolationist at all. I don't support isolationism at all. I get shit for this. It's cool. I really don't care. I make jokes about it all the time. I make jokes about Jewish people and all that other kind of stuff. I'll be the first one to tell you I absolutely support Israel. I don't care. What should I get for that? I don't care. What I'm saying is, though, I'm an independent person of my own independent mind. I'm going to think whatever the fuck I think. I don't support politicians. I support policy. I don't care. People are going to have some kind of feelings. They're going to feel some kind of way. In the end of the day, I don't care how you feel. I don't care what argument you want to bring up. That's your personal life. I don't care. I don't trust your judgment because 9 times out of 10, you're seeing something as an opposition to the other party, or 9 times out of 10, you're making a point that's biased to your own narrative, which is going to be biased to my narrative. So again, I don't care. Politics is gay nowadays. It's gay. It's gay. It's super gay. I don't care. And to believe that a person has to believe the things that you believe in order to get along with them, it's just crazy. It's crazy. As far as the whole NIH thing goes, too, just to clarify real quick, not that I'm saying it's good, because like I said, when it comes to Trump, I really wish he was not broad as far as what he was trying to do in regards to his attack. And not to mention, I could be wrong. No, actually, I know I'm not wrong. I know for a fact that the NIH, all the proceedings have been halted. Like, they're not proceeding with anything at the moment. It's a pause because I might not be completely aware of, whether it was Congress that put a pause on it or just someone of the judicial branch. I don't think it had anything to do with the legislative branch. I think it had more to do with the judicial branch as far as judges putting a pause on it. So no, it has not gone into practice yet. Might, but I doubt it, because it's just way too broad as far as this approach in regards to trying to lower the deficit. Not to mention, it's not gonna lower the deficit. I know Doge has been doing a lot of things lately, but I mean, not really. Just because it has the word billions inside it, you got to take into context. I can't remember the deficit, but I know it's in the trillions, like vast trillions. And it's like you're never going to cut that down because, I mean, you have entitlement things still in place, like welfare systems in general, like, SNAP benefits, HUD, Social Security, all that shit. It's all in place, okay? Like, and no president is going to be brave enough to want to do anything about that. So no, nothing's ever going to happen to the deficit, and what Doge is currently doing at the moment it's a good thing in the sense that they're attacking, the deficit, but it's futile because you're not attacking the main problem and you're going after these problems. And yeah, they did. I know they did go after cancer research and lowered it. they grouped it in with the whole agenda with them going after DEI and how their hiring practices are, or how they spend their money, and they feel that the money spending based off of the DEI practices is their reasoning for wanting to defund some of these things. So that's what it's attached to. But that's what I mean. I don't think Donald Trump or his administration really thought out thoroughly what they should be going after as far as pinpointing, and they just kind of grouped everything together and they call it DEI, and then they say we need to attack that. It's fucking stupid. Obviously, don't do that. You want to pinpoint things. And then when I said that, I haven't really been MAGA for a couple of years now. I've just been pretty much, like a center right person who's leaning more and more towards the center because, like, I mean, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I think MAGA's a fucking cult. An absolute fucking cult. Brutal cult. Probably gonna lose subscribers over that. I don't care. If you subscribe to me because of my political opinions, you're a fucking moron. You subscribe to me because whether you want to hear me talk about wrestling or not. But if you care, I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. It is what it is. No, as far as Donald Trump is considered, I support him more so towards the fact that I voted for him rather than Kamala Harris, because it's just voting for the lesser of two evils. But at the same time, though, no, I would not necessarily consider myself a Trump supporter anymore. He has better ideas than what I consider the lesser of the two evils to have. But yeah, not really. I just don't see the point of, constantly singling out people. I don't see the point of constantly pretending as if Roman Reigns has to be aligned with whatever you figure happens to be good. Like, if you hate Roman Reigns, then you hate Roman Reigns. If you love Roman Reigns, you love Roman Reigns. And it should be more so considered based off of what he's providing you via the entertainment that you're engaging with at the moment, and not his political beliefs. CM Punk, I probably completely disagree with him when it comes to politics. Anybody who happens to be a progressive, I 100% disagree with you. If you're MAGA, I probably 80% disagree with you for the most part. And it's like, I just hate both sides. They don't necessarily care about the country, in my opinion. They just care about what their sides want to produce going forward. It's just really fucking annoying. It's really, 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 really fucking annoying. And anybody who has a deep support in the sense that they believe that they're playing for a team in order to save the country, when in reality, I feel like people who are representatives of purple states, I really wish that some of them would come forward. And I mean, it's not as if they're ever going to get voted in or something like that, because there's always going to be the extreme sides on either side that are going to be put into a position in order to be the representatives of their said party. It's going to be the Vivek Ramaswamis of the right. It's going to be the AOCs of the left. It's never going to be someone who's legitimately in the center to represent their party to go forward. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, I see people on the left, and, I do wish someone like a John Fetterman type would come up and at least say something, and people would actually, support him more so. And people on the right, people can call me whatever you want to call me. Call me, what do they call it? I forgot the fucking word for it. It's fucking slipping my mind right now. A neocon, I guess. Sure, you can call me that if you want to. I personally supported Nikki Haley in the primaries. That's just me. That's who I supported. Donald Trump got supported. He got the support, and I was like, okay, it's Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. Obviously, I'm going to go with Trump. It's Trump versus Kamala Harris. Obviously, I'm going to go with Trump. But I supported Nikki Haley personally in the primaries. It's just bad. It's just bad. And you got people who are wrestling related, and they constantly take the political positions and they make it the forefront of their characters and their gimmicks. And now you have people who constantly support that. And, there's no individual thinking as far as the things that they talk about. It's like, it's the end all be all. And then it's like, oh, this one actually is connected to this. Therefore, that's what you should be doing going forward. Like, you see someone like a Donald Trump, and it's like, oh, he has some people from the KKK, which, they don't. What's that guy's name again? The guy who runs the KKK right now, or Richard Spencer. I think he gave his support to Kamala Harris. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it is what it is. She was trying to get in good with the Democrats. It is what it is. I mean, you see people who are MEPs, minor attracted people, who constantly say things like they want to be included within the LGBTQ community, and you don't see me saying that the LGBTQ community are nothing but a bunch of pedophiles. Do you hear me saying that? No, because that's fucking stupid. Because the majority of them are not pedophiles. Just because MEPs want to be included in that doesn't make them pedophiles. It's like that line of thinking. It's so reductive and it's stupid. That's why I'm saying I'm just falling back when it comes to politics nowadays. Whatever I do in regards to politics is going to be done in my personal life. I don't care for it anymore, and you should stop caring for it too. Roman Reigns did nothing wrong. He gave his opinion in regards to how he felt about the president. You either fuck with it or you don't fuck with it. It's as simple as that, man. It's fucking gay. It's lame. And going after him and using his cancer in order to attack him with, it's fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb, and you need fucking help, and you're sick in the goddamn head if you're using that in order to attack him with, especially when it doesn't even seem like you know the actual case behind what the hell's going on with the funding in itself. But it is what it is. I'm gonna let you guys talk about it amongst each other in the comment section. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose some subscribers over this. I don't really give a shit. It is what it is. I'm just gonna give my point on this, keep going forward, and move along, because politics is gay. A deuces and a pea ice.